Good morning, students. Today's topic is the continuation of chapter number 9, the making of the national movement from 1870 to 1947 from history. And today's topics are number 1 is the happening of 1922 to 1929, and the second one is the march to Dandi. Third is quit India and later, and topic number 4 is towards independence and partition of India. All right. So my dear students, as I told you in my previous explanation about the different movement and agitation, whatever led by the or started by the great leaders of India, and also with the help and support of common people of India. So as well as in which the very important and very famous movement was the non-cooperation movement. But due to the violence whatever created by the Britishers with the common people of India, suddenly Mahatma Gandhi called off the non-cooperation movement when in February 1922 a crowd or group of peasants set fire to police station in Chauri Chaura. Okay. So student, in that case near about 22 policemen were killed during the fire of Chauri Chaura station, and the peasants were also tortured by the British police when he were all busy in peaceful demonstration. All right. And students, once the non-cooperation movement was over, Gandhiji and his followers stressed that the Congress must undertake some constructive work in the rural areas for the development of peasants or agricultural laborers. And in this way, Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru started argued that party should fight election to the council and also enter them in order to influence upon the British policies or government policies. Okay. So finally, and to change the life of peasants in 1920, due to the very sincere kind of work for the welfare of the peasants which were done by the followers of Gandhiji, and also and now the Gandhians or the followers of the Gandhiji were able to extend their support base to start another movement, and due to the support and followers which was continuously increasing due to the effort whatever started by the followers of Gandhiji to change the life of the people, they were very successful to the launching of civil disobedience movement in 1930. All right. But students, in 1920 many other very important developments were completed or started by the groups of the people, in which the number one was Rashtriya Sevak Sangh or RSS, and which was a Hindu organization, and second was the Communist Party of India. And these parties have held very different ideas about the kind of country India should be. It means they had a very different ideas in the compare of Gandhiji or Indian National Congress, and they wanted to make India on the basis of totally whatever their ideas was. Okay. And on the other hand, the very famous revolutionary and nationalist whose name was Bhagat Singh was too active in this period, and Bhagat Singh also had done many important nationalist work for the freedom of India. Okay, and at the end of the 1920, now National Congress started to demand for Purna Swaraj or complete independence. Okay, and during the time of 1929, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, Congress raised their voice for complete independence or Purna Swaraj. And finally, now, till the 26th January 1930, in all over the India, from that day, Independence Day was observed for all over the Indians. Okay? And as I told you above that, that time Bhagat Singh was also active. That's why Bhagat Singh and the group of the Bhagat Singh started a socialist Hindustan Socialist Republican Association in 1928 at Firoz Shah Kotla in Delhi against the colonial rule and against the rich people who were totally dominated on the lower section of the Indian society. Okay, and the followers of Bhagat Singh was also B.K. Dutt, and he threw a bomb in the Central Legislative Assembly on 8 April 1929. And the aim was the B.K. Dutt was not to kill but to make the deaf hear, because he wanted to inform the British government that their policy was very exploiting in nature. Alright, and finally Bhagat Singh was tried and executed at the age of 23. Alright, after that your next topic is the march to Dandi. So student, during the era of 1920 and 1930, only Purna Swaraj would never come on its own. It had to be fought for in 1930. And also Gandhiji started a movement against the salt law, in which the state had a monopoly on the manufacture and sale of salt. That's why against the act of salt law, whatever started by the British government, Mahatma Gandhi along with other nationalists said that it was sinful to tax on salt, because salt is a very essential and important item for every food. That's why Gandhiji started a movement against the salt law, and the salt march related to the general desire of freedom to specify grievance shared by everybody. It means whatever Dandi march is started by Gandhiji for the breaking of salt law, in which Gandhiji and their movement supported by the Hindus and Muslims too. Okay, and there were no any difference between the rich and poor, or lower class or upper class, or rich people or poor people. Okay, so students, for the breaking of salt law, Gandhiji and his followers marched for over 240 miles from Sabarmati to the coastal town of Dandi, where they broke the government law by gathering natural salt found on the seashore and boiling seawater to produce salt. Okay? And in the Dandi March, many peasants, tribals, and women participated in very large number. But the government or the British government tried to crush the movement through brutal action, whatever started by the Gandhiji with his followers, and whatever movement or demonstration started by the Gandhiji and his follower to break the salt law, that was totally peaceful satyagraha. But finally, due to the brutal action by the British government, many innocent people, like thousands, were sent to jail. Okay? And Dadi March was a very important movement and working as a milestone for the election, whatever permission by the British government to participate in that election by the many great leaders of India. And this was the fruit of a combined movement by the Hindu and Muslim, in which the Government of India Act of 1935 prescribed provincial autonomy. Okay? And so students, finally, after the election, the Congress formed government in 7 states out of 11 provinces. Okay? And finally, in 1939 September, after 2 years of Congress rule in the provinces of India, the Second World War broke out. And due to the critical condition which was created by the Hitler in front of Britishers, in which the Indian nationalist leader wanted to support Britishers, but in the return, they also wanted that India be granted independence after the war. But British government denied or refused the demand, whatever demanded by the Congress and its leader. So after some time later, many Congress ministries resigned in protest to show the British government. Okay? And my dear students, as I told you above that, everyone now wanted independence for India. That's why during the middle of the war, Gandhiji decided that now British must quit India immediately. That's why he told to the people of India that if you want a free India, then you have to fight. Then you have to fight against the Britishers, but without a violence. And for that, you have to do too much effort, even do or die in your effort to fight the British. Okay? And Gandhiji and other leaders were jailed at once, but the movement is spread out in all over the India. And this movement, whatever started by the Gandhiji for the quit India for Britishers, that's why many people now joined that movement to send back Britishers to their country from India. And in this protest, many peasant, youth, and many people participated very enthusiastically. Okay? And due to the large movement against the Britishers in many parts of the country, in many areas, many people set up their own government in the place of British government. And as I told you above that, due to the any movement whatever started by the Indian nationalists against the Britishers, that all were stopped by the brutal attack whatever started by the Britishers. So to stop quit India, the first response of the British was very severe, and by the end of 1943, near about 90,000 people were arrested and around 1 lakh killed in police firing, and many areas of India orders were given to machine gun crowd from airplanes. Okay, so students, on the basis of all the above example, now you can understand for the independence of India how our greatest leader of India and common people participated and faced a lot of problem and brutal repression by the Britishers. So in this way, I am going to discuss with you last topic of this chapter, which is towards independence and partition. So finally, after the weakness of British government in all over the India, in 1940, the Muslim League demanded for the independent state for Muslim in the northwestern and eastern areas of the country. And now they wanted to make a new country for the Muslims, and the name was that country was Pakistan. But students, here one question will arise, that why did the Muslim League ask for an autonomous or separate arrangement for the Muslim of the Indian subcontinent? So, my dear student, story will start from here, that by the late 1930, the League began viewing the Muslim as a separate nation from the Hindus. And this idea created by the Muslim League, because they were all afraid due to the tension between the Hindu and Muslim group in the 1920s and 1930s. That's why they demanded for the separate nation like Pakistan. And the provincial elections of 1937, there were no any fixed reservation or seat for the Muslim. That's why Muslim League were accepted as a minority for everyone. That's why Muslim League started to demand for a separate nation or another country for the Muslims only. Okay? And people of Muslim League thought that they were always जाओ, बंद है